Jewish thought is not homogeneous, but rather it is a collection, an archive, a library, an assimilated body of many different axes of thinking. One of the major debates amongst Jewish philosophers was the idea of law, what the function of law is. Is the law God-given for an unexplained reason we have to do and we don't understand why? Or is the law functional? Has it a reason? And this is expressed through the opinions of some of the major Jewish thinkers, in particular Maimonides, the 12th century Spanish Jewish thinker and doctor who migrated finally to Cairo and became the medical advisor to the elites of Egypt. Maimonides puts forward an interesting set of ideas, but he hides them in his famous book, The Guide for the Perplexed. In his introduction, he puts forward a series of ways in which he is going to hide his true intentions and his true thinking, so that the ignoramus of the time would not persecute him for his views. And in it, there's a discussion. Is the function of the law, does there need to be a specific law, or is it enough that there is a law, a structure that disciplines the human personality and organizes people and groups and nations and international law, whatever the law may be, as long as there's a consensus, as long as there's a structure, as long as there is it is predictable and it is transparent, that may be good enough. Or does law require a coherent, incredibly precise and inspired and particular axes? Maimonides goes to discuss the many different commandments and laws in the Torah, and those which are axial and those which can change. And today we need to go through the same process and know which laws and which principles are axial and which can change.
So, what is it about this law, about religious law, that
is so appealing to this sweet songwriter of Israel, of David, who wrote in the Psalms how lovely the law is, how important the law is, how necessary it is for young and old, for the poor and the rich, for the privileged and the underprivileged, that the law is something to be happy with, to be satisfied in, to celebrate. And how different is it today, whilst great warriors and great visionaries and brave people spoke so sweetly about the law? Why are people today so much at odds with the law and find that the law is so oppressive and non-representative? The question is the structures of the laws. And in Psalms 119, a great expose of the variations of different types of laws, from commandments to laws, to statutes, to testimonies, to regulations, to fixations, to technical changes, to takanot. The many different types of law and the structures. So what is the basis of it? And the Jewish philosophy of law, I suppose, the reason why it's been praised so widely and broadly is that it looked after the widow and the orphan and the poor and the forgotten. It ensured that there would be regulations which would allow for people to survive, to create an equal playing field, to create judges in your gates wherever they are, that there is resort and redress to a say. But also the idea that individuals are created in the image of God, that rich and poor are equal before the law and equal before God. So the idea of equality, the idea of a continuum, that life will be, that one cannot escape through using or leveraging the law, that the law is equal to everybody, and that also that this is the reflection of the divine. These ideas make the importance of the law, and in establishing which laws should continue into the future, into a unnavigated situation where reality is changing so quickly, which laws are important, the ones which are important for the sustainability of the weak, which look after which create a even playing field, which reflect the dignity of individuals as if they are a reflection of God. These are the driving inspirations which need to define how the law will continue to play out into the future.